and something that Indian words in English and British versus American. Uh, I remember this much.
Can you remember
Sir,
a
we
few words?
also learnt about polyglots.
Polyglots. Okay, so let's take this points one.
Acquisition of language.
Yes, let's take these points one by one. First, I would like to know that do you remember the Indian words in English dictionary now? Can you give examples of a few 5-10 words which are
Guru,
very
Pandit,
one by
Dharma,
one by one?
Shampoo,
Shampoo, dharma, pandit,
bank, roti,
Kapka,
yoga,
roti, yoga,
Ghoda,
and
Chutney.
chutney,
chutney,
huh?
mantra,
yoga,
Mantra, yoga,
polo,
Avatar,
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 Guru.
guru. Yeah, shabash.
bungalow,
Bungalow, yes, that's the word.
cheetah,
True. Chitta, yes.
Pajamas.
punch,
gymkhana,
Gymkhana, yes.
Pajamas.
Jainam, what was the word?
Pajamas.
Parda, okay. Okay.
tiffin,
Karma.
Veranda. Okay. Then karma, yes.
Karma.
loot,
Then loot,
sir,
yes.
also Tantra,
Khaki. Khaki, yes.
Tantra.
Tantra.
So you also told about the inner circle, outer circle, and expanding circle.
Yes. Can you please let me speak one by one? All of you please mute yourself. Because that will create a lot of disturbance. One person at a time. Okay. So who will explain those 3 circles of English? Come on. 3 circles of English. What we
I
call
don't
inner.
remember properly, but in the inner circle, you told about the something UK and USA use language, and outer circle is about India, and expanding circle about Japan and Thailand. Thailand, I guess.
Okay. So what does it indicate? But why have we clustered the countries? कि ये countries एक
The
साथ.
circles which are in the innermost circles, they were native speakers.
Okay.
And then the expanding circles like India, and they were actually colonies of the British Empire, and they spread the gift of English, the language of English.
Yes.
And they have been speaking English for over centuries now.
Hmm.
And the expanding circle are countries like Japan, Korea, where the language is now being mainstream, and people are actually learning it and incorporating it in their life.
True. True. So
Sir,
this 3
also you tried to
circles.
convey the fact that US, the people who speak English in US, they are a bit more informal, but the British English is a formal form of a language.
True. And which English do we follow?
We follow British English.
British English.
But now the confusion is created because you buy any gadget. अपने अगर if you check your computer system's language, by default it is American English. So we are now so much exposed to American English, American spellings. So if you tell somebody what is the spelling of counseling, the person will speak the spelling of American English. Okay, same the thing with programming. अगर आप कंप्यूटर में चेक करोगे तो प्रोग्राम का स्पेलिंग PROGRAME. Actually we follow British English and it should be PROGRAME. Okay, so a confusion is created here, but yes, the fact is we follow British English because we were gifted English by the British Raj. Okay, and the type of English we use, actually it's more grammar ruled, more systematic, structured, and that is more closer to the British English, because American English has taken so much liberty when it comes to the rules, sentence construction. So we are like quite away from what they speak, American English. We are away from that. We are closer to the British English. But yes, among youngsters, if you see, especially those English speaking youngsters, they are close to the American English, because that's more casual way of using the language. Yes, same.
Sir, you also said that Indians have very intelligible accent.
Yes. So easy to comprehend, easy to understand. Okay, आप United Nations की speech एक बार, you listen to that, speakers from different parts of the world, they will speak, and when you listen to them, you will realize that though they are speaking English and it's correct English, and still it's challenging to follow what they speak. आपको दिक्कत होगी समझने में क्या बोल रहे हैं ये. Okay, you will have to pay all your attention in order to comprehend the content. Now that's the problem. Perhaps people don't face much when Indians are speaking. That's why I use the statement that Indians are more intelligible when they speak English. Okay, and then in the second part of second session last week, we discussed about language acquisition. So now the simple thing I would like to tell you that language is better acquired than learned. Barabar? Because we learn the subject like mathematics, but language we actually acquire. It has to be done in a very natural manner. बराबर. तो कोई आपको बोलेगा कि this is how you should greet somebody, this is how, so that, okay, I mean in the beginning it is fine, but if you really want to be a good language speaker, you have the charge in your hands. Okay, you need to lead the language learning process. And then I showed you that TED talk about the polyglots, the secret of learning language. And what was the learning from that?
We should enjoy language acquisition.
Exactly. Now that's the very first thing. Okay, you should enjoy the process of learning a language. It shouldn't be a burden for you. English shouldn't be a stress or a burden for you. When you start enjoying, the process of acquiring language, then you actually do it better. Okay, it's like dancing. If you take those steps as more as a physical exercise and a burden, you won't enjoy. Okay, but when you start actually enjoying that process of learning, you don't take it as a physical burden, then you can dance in a very natural way. Same thing with the language too. You need to enjoy the process of language. You should be actually eager to know more words, expressions, and you should be equally excited to put that into practice. Yes, Sakshi, you want to say something? Okay, I think yeah. Okay, fine. Now that was a message in the last class that find your own strategy or the method of language learning. I don't know how many of you have actually implemented what we have learned in the last class, but at least integrate one new idea to get more exposure to the language. कोई भी एक idea. No, you decide. Okay, I will start listening to the podcast now. Do it. Now in mobile phone you can have also access to the foreign radio stations. आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया का रेडियो स्टेशन सुनना चाहते हो तो you can. London's radio station you can. So I would suggest now कि if you don't want to read something or आप news नहीं enjoy कर, listen to the article in English. That would be a good way to coffee with Karan देख लो. There is a lot of good use of English in that. So आप talk show देख लो ऐसे celebrities talk show and learn. Any method you enjoy, but start with something. It can be just one more introduction, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you as per your convenience, but do something to improve your language. Okay, this is the best time of your life to acquire new skills. The 4 years of engineering, the best time of your life to learn and rejuvenate and reinvent yourself. I would say inner engineering, that's the word now. Okay, it's like engineering yourself for your life, for your profession, for your career. Okay, now let us start with the next point in the syllabus. Now from the unit number 1, there is this one next point topic, and that is formal and informal English. Now can somebody explain what exactly is this idea? A formal and informal language, what is it?
Formal means when we are talking to any personality or the head or any people that is in a professional career, and when we are talking to talking.
Okay, give an example, Dev. example?
Yes, sir. When we are talking to our teachers and colleagues, we are talking in informal way. That means if we are writing any mail to any teachers or somebody, we are writing in a formal way. But when we are talking to friends or writing any message to friends, we are writing in.
I got the idea, Dev. I want an example, if you can.
Sir, when
The
we
difference
write,
can be,
Mhm.
you go ahead.
sir, when we are when we are writing mail, we write respected, etc., etc. But when we are talking to somebody, friends, then we are not writing that all things.
Okay. ठीक है. और
So the difference can also be between apologizing and saying sorry.
saying sorry. True. So it can be a change of word also, and it can be also level of formality with which you use language. For example, let's consider this example. You have been selected in a company. Okay, so it's a small organization with 60 employees in that, and you are a new entrant there. Okay, so the boss on the very first day takes you on a tour to the various departments. Now all the employees are there and you have been asked to introduce yourself. So you're going to speak Gujarati. With what 4-5 sentences will you introduce yourself? Gujarati માં શું કહેશો પોતાના વિશે? You are introducing yourself to the staff members. What will you say? Come on, can somebody think of the content? Why silence?
So we could start with the greeting first, like we
Do
would greet.
it. Jia.
Okay. It's morning. In Gujarati also nowadays we use good morning only. So
Okay, go ahead.
everyone. Good morning. મારું નામ જીયા શાહ છે અને I am a so not completely Gujarati, a mixture of language maybe
Go
would
ahead.
come.
Go ahead.
And I have joined this company recently અને મારું આ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટમાં આ કામ મને અપોઇન્ટ કરવામાં આપ્યું છે. I hope I would be able to learn my work and all of you would cooperate with me and help me to learn this work faster.
Okay, so અહીંયા જુઓ તો કે the language which you are choosing is formal. You are very carefully choosing the words. નમસ્કાર, મારું નામ વિજય મકવાણા, હું નડિયાદનો રહેવાસી છું. બરાબર, મેં મારો અભ્યાસ ચરોતર યુનિવર્સિટી ઓફ સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજીમાંથી પૂર્ણ કરેલો છે અને હમણાં જ મેં આ કંપની જોઈન કરી છે, તો આપ સૌનો સહકાર મળે એવી આશા છે. તો અહીંયા જુઓ, તમે લેંગ્વેજ કઈ યુઝ કરો છો? Do you use this language?
Formal.
Do you use this language with your friends? તમે એવું કહો છો કે તારો સહકાર મળે એવી આશા?
No.
No. Okay, you definitely don't use that language. Okay, you don't tell it to your friends કે હું નડિયાદનો રહેવાસી છું. You say હું નડિયાદથી આવું છું. So see the difference. નડિયાદથી આવું છું, બરાબર. Used to form એ આપણને એટલો બધો આપણે કહીએ ને ગુજરાતીમાં મહાવરો કે પ્રેક્ટિસ નથી. અને ઇંગ્લિશમાં એથી વધારે ડિફિકલ્ટી છે because right now the basic struggle is to speak good English. બરાબર, and it's a different challenge or another challenge to use formal English. But yes, when you go for this professional life, so there you need to know how to present yourself using formal language. So it's important that we know this concept now, because even in the PhD presentation, sometimes students say, good morning guys, I'm going to. Now, what is this word guys? Can you use it in PhD presentation?
No, sir.
No, but let me tell you,
sir.
60 to 70 and even more than that, 80% of the students, when they start their presentation, they say good morning guys. Now the teacher is there, okay, and you are saying good morning guys. Need to be careful with the language. Okay, it's important that you at least know that there is a different, what we say, what is a different type or genre of language, જેને આપણે કહીએ છીએ કે meta language or formal language. You should know about it and put that into practice. બરાબર છે? So we'll do a basic exercise today to know the difference between formal and informal English. Okay, let us start. And once you are able to identify between this two, then we will do an exercise related to transforming sentence from formal to informal. Okay, so thodu actively participate karjo, to no, the actual learning will start from today itself. Fine, let me share the screen now. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. View, and then we go to. Acha, does anyone know the shortcut for full screen? Acha, okay, here it is. Okay, I think it should be readable now. Okay. Now here you
Yes,
can
sir.
see the first sentence on the screen. Students who bunk classes are gonna fail. Now here it's an informal sentence. What do you think makes it informal?
The word gonna.
So gonna, wanna, guys, આ બધા શબ્દો છે. This words actually makes the expression means sentence informal. Okay, so the one very important ingredient you need to be careful in order to speak formally is to take care of your vocabulary. For example, just now somebody said that instead of sorry, when you use the word apologize, instead of busy, when you use the word occupied, you are making a difference. Okay, you're switching from informal to formal English. Acha, what about the sentence number 2? Yeah, that is my kind of movie.
Informal.
That is my kind of movie.
Informal.
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 What makes it informal?
Yeah.
Yeah. My kind.
Yeah. So yeah is not an expression you use in yup. Yeah, you don't use it in everyday life. I mean, in formal context. Okay, and my kind of movie. So kind of movie is, again, it's not a formal expression. So here, this is an example of informal. Okay, this new, it's
Formal.
I think it rests in between. Okay, it's neither formal, not so casual also. We can say somewhat semi-formal. Okay, it dwells in between. But yes, you can also call it informal. Okay, it left me speechless. That is more of a casual expression. Okay, acha, this software has a bug. You need to fix it before launching.
Formal.
You need to fix it before launching.
Informal. Fix. We can
Fix.
use another word for that.
So software has a bug. Okay, till here it sounds fine, but you need to fix it before launching.
Debug. You need to debug before launching.
So here you can be more formal in your choice of words. So here either we can call it informal or somewhere semi-formal also, but sounds more like a informal statement. Okay. Okay, this dictionary is highly recommended for non-native English speakers.
Formal.
What makes it formal?
Formal.
Recommended.
Okay, so the word recommended actually makes it formal. Do you know what kind of vocabulary is this called? જે formal શબ્દો હોય એને કઈ vocabulary કહેવાય?
Parliamentary words.
Parliamentary words. Okay, that sounds very, what is exotic, new. Parliamentary words. I need to check before I say it's not. Okay. Now, actually, in common parlance, the word used for such a vocabulary is academic vocabulary, what we call formal vocabulary. In IELTS exam, IELTS test and TOEFL test, even GRE, a lot of stress is there on the use of academic vocabulary. So, you want to switch your language from informal to formal, that one thing you need to focus on, academic vocab. Okay, and recommendation is an example of academic vocabulary. Achha, wait for a second. Let me buy something to eat.
Informal.
Informal.
Because the level of formality is less.
Let me buy.
Okay, and actually you said that, would you wait for a second? Then yes, you are transitioning from informal to formal. Okay, could you please? So that would make it formal. So the level of formality here is less, which makes it informal expression. Acha, let's go for the next one. Number 7. The parents and 2 children died in an accident.
Informal.
But it can be also like semi-formal also, because it's not that casual even, but at the same time we can change some words to make it more formal. Okay. Acha, heavy rainfall is expected in southern Gujarat.
Formal.
Okay. A passive construction, okay, expected and all these words, so that makes it sound like a formal statement. Okay. Okay, this medicine is for external use only.
Formal.
Okay, where do you read this?
On medicine.
Outside
Medicine
bottle. Medicine tubes and some.
Yes, smoking and drinking
Medicine
are prohibited
tubes
in
or
this area. Smoking and drinking are prohibited in this area.
formal.
Okay.
Formal.
Apologies for the delay. Kindly consider late submission.
Formal.
Okay, consider. Apologies. Now that makes it formal. Otherwise, the person may say that, sorry for late submission, please accept it. That makes it casual. Okay, next is, I had a blast on my birthday. We had so much fun in the party.
Informal.
Definitely. Look at the express. In case of any query, you may contact the branch manager.
Formal.
Sounds formal. Let's look at the level of formality. Okay, next is, the due amount is to be paid within 10 days.
Formal.
Definitely, this is a formal statement. Okay, now this is what you read when you get a letter from the bank or business communication. Okay, the language use is formal here. Okay, the transaction is being processed, please wait.
Formal.
Where do you read this?
Credit card when we use credit card.
Now here you see that banks, ATMs, government, business communication, law, okay, legal documents, in all this, this areas, the use of the language is formal. Okay, and when there is this 2 individuals talking, 2 friends talking, the language switches to informal. Okay, next is number. Okay, what about number 16? Do not throw any merchandise on floor.
Semi-formal.
It's semi-formal.
Semi-formal. Okay. Yes. Keep mum. The baby is sleeping.
Informal.
Achha, what can be the other expression for keep mum?
Please be quiet.
Please be quiet. The baby is sleeping. Okay. Yes. Achha. 50% of the ticket amount will be levied in case of ticket cancellation.
Formal.
Sounds formal. Yes. Amount once paid shall not be refunded.
Formal.
Okay. Which word? makes it formal.
Account and refunded.
Refunded, and also
Refunded.
look at the tone. It's formal, okay?
Shall not be.
And just cool down. I will help you doing your homework.
Informal.
Informal.
Casual, okay. The meeting is scheduled at 1 o'clock.
Formal.
Scheduled. So that makes it formal. And catch you at Nana Bazaar in the evening.
Informal.
Okay. So here, this was the exercise. So पहले तो identify करो कि is it a casual expression or is it a formal expression? Now, once you have now learned to identify, let us try our hands at this, transforming casual statements, expressions into formal ones. Okay, so let's do it. This is the exercise now. Now you know about Google Translator, right? You know what does it do, Google Translator? It translates the expression from one language to the other. Here, let's talk about a different type of translator. A translator who translates casual expressions into formal one. Okay, so there are this one example done on the screen here. I'm sorry, I will not do it again. So here, when you convert it into formal expression, it becomes I apologize. Such instance will not be repeated. I apologize. So sorry is replaced by apologize. And instead of saying I will not do it again, the expression is such instance will not be repeated. Now there are 3 more expressions on the screen. Take 2 minutes, okay, and tell me what can be a formal version of the given statements. Take 2 minutes, you can write down and then be ready to talk about it. Okay? See, even if you're not that confident about your answer, I would say at least try and speak up. In language learning, trial and error is important. You try. If you commit error, you know this is the error and you can rectify. You try, and if it's correct, go ahead with that.
Sir, can I try first 2?
First one, Malhar, yes.
I would prefer tea over coffee.
Exactly. So here the word is like, and instead of like, you can use the word I will prefer tea over coffee. Okay.
Sir, can
I prefer coffee to tea.
I prefer coffee to tea. I'm not so sure about this one. Coffee to tea. Coffee over TV. That is the expression I've heard of.
Sir, to tea is also used sometimes.
Okay. Okay. I need to check. Okay.
So sir, can we say
Isn't 2T used for when we prefer people? Like I prefer this person to that, but for non-living objects we use prefer and over.
Okay. Okay. So thank you for the clarification, Drashti. Maybe I should check first, and then I'll let you know. Is it a correct expression to use? Okay. Thank you both of you for
Yes.
Thank you both of you for your inputs, and discussion leads to learning. Okay, so definitely I will come on this. I'll get back on this. Okay. Yes, Sane, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. So can I try the second sentence, sir?
Yes. Yes. Let's go for it. I'm not able to understand the language of this book. I think if you change the word understand
to comprehend.
Exactly. I'm not able to comprehend the language of this book. So comprehend is understand. आप एक word change करते हो and it completely changes the level of formality. Okay. So I am not able to, or I am unable to. Instead of saying I am not able to, you can say I am unable to comprehend the language of this book. Acha, can you give in the name of any writer who is difficult to comprehend, whose writing is difficult to comprehend?
William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. I can give you a latest current example. Any current author who is difficult to read?
Amish Tripathi.
Amish Tripathi. I haven't read him.
Shashi Tharoor.
Shashi Tharoor does okay. He tries to be, I mean, easy to understand, but yes, when you have a vast vocabulary, definitely you'll use the words will common man will not understand. But one of the examples I've seen of a person who is very difficult to read, I've tried it once. A book by Arundhati Roy. Anybody knows the name of this person, Arundhati Roy?
Yes.
So once I pick up a book by her, and I was so excited to read that because I haven't read any book by Arundhati Roy before. So I took her book and I read the first page. It took me almost half an hour. Because after every 1 minute, I need to check in the dictionary what exactly this word is. Okay, such is the level of her writing. Arundhati Roy. Okay, Salman Rushdie, if you read, again a very difficult person. Comprehend. Okay, so comprehend actually means understand. So in your school days you had this exercise, reading comprehension. So that comprehension is nothing but understanding the reading passage. Okay, so that's the expression. Thank you, Sain, for this. This pair of glasses is very expensive. I will buy the other one.
So we can use spectacles instead of glasses.
Okay, spectacles. Okay, then.
Sir, we can use costly instead of expensive.
Can we have another word? Costly again is
On the higher
we can use overrated.
Overrated and valuable. Again, I don't think it perfectly fits here. Overpriced bhi kya hai?
Way too expensive. They are way too expensive.
So I think expensive is already formal enough.
Expensive is formal.
This pair of glasses is on the higher end.
How the price?
Okay. There is one word called exuberant. Okay, that's the word which is used for something very expensive. But yes, when you say overpriced, it means product के हिसाब से आपको price ज़्यादा लगती है. Okay, so exuberant is one word you can use, and instead of saying I will buy the other one, you can say I will opt for the other one.
Okay. We can also say I will purchase.
I'll purchase the other one. You can say. So here you are.
I would prefer another pair.
Yes, I'll prefer the other one. So when you say that,
can we say I would rather buy the other one?
Yes, you can. I would rather buy the other one. So that's a formal expression. Okay. So this pair of
So instead of other one, can we use the cheaper one?
Cheaper में क्या है कि the word cheap will again make it casual. Okay.
Okay.
Because cheap is a everyday used word, and cheap again using the word cheap for the products. I don't think it's a good idea. Economical you can use, but okay. Let's take the next three expressions. Let's see how you do here. Acha, let's take this two. Okay. Look at the last two sentences. You should not, and the meeting is fixed on. Take a minute, perhaps a minute and a half. Focus on the word which needs to be changed. And you can also change the sentence construction. Put your money in. What can be a word instead of that? Think about it, and perhaps you will be able to.
You should not.
Sir, can we
Don't
write,
invest in the
sir, can we
company.
use restricted instead of fixed?
Fine, Kanak, why don't you speak so we can fix it? Come on.
So can you repeat?
Yes, Kanak, what is your suggestion?
I told can we use restricted instead of fixed?
Can you speak the whole sentence so then we can decide?
The meeting is restricted on Saturday. You will have to come.
Now, restricted has a different meaning. Okay. For example, the break, the attendees number is restricted to 50. So in that way, restriction is fine. Here, fixed means a divas hai rakheli hai. So Kanak, what can be a good word for that?
Steady. Held.
Arrange.
And I think a good word is
Arrange.
schedule.
What about predetermined?
Predetermined. I think schedule would be a good word to use. The meeting is scheduled on Saturday, and what can be the word for this? You will have to come.
So we can say
You are required to be present.
Acha,
You are
Shivraj,
required to be present.
And it's mandatory.
Okay.
You have to
Shivraj,
attend it.
yes,
you
sir.
have to attend
So
it,
we could
and
say
Sir,
Your
mandatory.
presence is mandatory.
your presence is mandatory, or your do attend it without fail.
Sir,
You are
your
required to be
arrival
present.
will be appreciated.
Okay, your
Will be awaited. Sorry, awaited. Your arrival will be awaited.
if you want to put it in a very polite manner, then you can say your presence will be appreciated, or please attend it positively. Now, A B एक expression है which is used for meeting. Kindly attend it positively. Okay, means in time आ जाओ and without fail attend करो. Okay, please attend it positively. You can also use the other words like your presence is mandatory. आप बोल सकते हो, but it depends on the level of formality you want to keep in expression and the level of courtesy. How polite you want to make it. You must attend it also आप बोल सकते हो. But again, it's a very straight and imposing statement. Okay.
Sir, you must
so,
attend तो वो तो order हो गया. It is order. They are giving order to.
But have to means the same. Okay. Have to means must. Because have to is also compulsion.
Then
Okay.
we can't use what Malhar said, no, because it is a polite way. Means we are giving the what you say. We are giving choice to him. Other person.
Can you tell me what was Malhar's statement?
Malhar said.
I said that your arrival will be awaited.
Will be अच्छा हाँ ठीक है.
Possible. But arrival awaited, instead of that, you talk about the presence. Okay. So you are expected to attend it without fail, or you are expected to be present. ऐसा बोल सकते हैं ना मल्हार? See, I'm not saying आप बोल रहे हो wrong है, because in language it's infinite. You can have so many ways to say the same thing. I'm hungry, I'm dying with hunger, or I will faint if I don't have something now. So you can say कि मने भूख लगी है in 10 different ways. Okay, तो आप जो बोल रहे हो that is maybe it's appropriate to the context. The focus right now here is it should sound formal. ठीक है, fine. Let's take the next 3 statements now. Okay, yes, let's see this 3. PAN number वाला, you should check all the details and I need your phone number. सोचो आराम से.
Forgot one.
Try. That's okay, because if I switch to that page, we won't be able to see the page here right now. And try to make the sentence as compact as possible. Compact means short. focus especially on the words, target the words which needs to be changed.
Sir, so the third question doesn't make any sense. I need your phone number. I have lost my phone, my mobile phone.
You have
So those
lost
two sentences.
your phone, so means you have lost all the contact numbers stored in that.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But can we say that I have lost my mobile number since I've lost my mobile phone?
You can.
So we can say,
So
I need your contact details. I haven't been able to get a hold of my phone, of my cell phone recently.
Okay, I haven't been able to get a hold of my. Get the hold means get
Yes,
control. Hold means control.
So can I have your phone number?
My mobile.
Okay, so can I have instead of need, which word can be used?
Can I have your phone number?
Okay. Acha,
may I have your phone
I
number?
require, or you can also say, could you please share your contact number? Could you please share your contact details? Okay. Or would you mind sharing your contact details? Because, okay, but that would sound too formal. But yes, I require your phone number as I have lost my cell phone.
So we can use instead of lost.
Instead of
Lost, can we use misplaced?
Misplaced. I mean, yes, you can. Misplaced, lekin misplaced does not mean perhaps you have lost the phone. Okay.
Yes.
है ना? So अगर आप देखो तो actually we need to look for another word instead of lost. Okay, so but I think changing a word here, I require your phone number since I have lost my cell phone. So that would sound perhaps formal. Okay, what about the sentence number 1? PAN number is compulsory to open a bank account. I got my PAN card yesterday.
Necessary.
PAN number is mandatory to open a bank account. I issued my PAN card yesterday.
Issued. Issue means to give to someone.
Acquired.
Acquired again is it's more appropriate for language.
Sir, instead of compulsory, we can use mandatory.
Mandatory, yes, but what can be a word instead of get? I got my PAN card yesterday.
Received.
Yes. Okay, so I received my PAN card yesterday. PAN number is mandatory to open a bank account. Okay, Acha, you should check all the details on the item before you buy. Let's take this sentence only. You should check all the details on the item before you buy.
Before you purchase.
Before you
Check the
purchase.
product details before you buy.
Check the product or check the products or examine the product details carefully before you buy. Okay, examine the product details carefully before you buy. For example,
So can we use the phrase go over all the details?
Go over again. Go over. No, will it not sound casual? Go through. Okay, but again, go through is more for a document or something. So carefully examine would sound perhaps appropriate. Let me tell you why is it necessary to do so. For example, which is one of the most popular hair oil brands in India right now, which is there in everyone's home almost.
Amla.
Amla and the most popular one.
Parachute.
Okay, अगर आप parachute की bottle एकदम ध्यान से देखोगे. Okay, so the word mentioned there is, I'm not talking about parachute advance, I'm talking about parachute, regular bottle. अगर आप ध्यान से पढ़ोगे उसकी details, तो it's written, it's edible oil. Okay, you won't find parachute hair oil written there. It's edible oil. You can check it today itself.
Yes.
Okay, parachute advance is hair oil, but the one which is used in almost every household, that is Parachute, the brand. Here it's written there, it's edible oil. Even Patanjali bottle hair oil, if you buy, okay, coconut oil, it's written there, it's edible oil. So it's actually meant for cooking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's written edible oil.
So it's actually meant for cooking. Okay, but the way the packaging is done, and since customers don't bother to check, so it's sold as the hair oil. Okay, now this case was in the court for a long time
because of taxes.
It was in the court for a long time, but the company clearly said that we are not claiming that it's a hair oil. Customers are buying it as a hair oil and using it as a hair oil, so that's not our fault, and that's true also. So that establishes the fact that as a customer we need to be very, very careful about the products we buy. Okay, it's not a harmful product, but okay, now something which is edible oil, we are using it as a hair oil. Okay, that's the reason it's very important to carefully read the product details. Okay, one more sentence and then we will stop. Okay, in Rajkot there is not enough water supply. People use it carefully.
In Rajkot, there is a shortage of water.
In Rajkot, there is a shortage of water.
There is water scarcity.
Water scarcity. And what about the second statement? People use it carefully.
People use it judiciously.
In Rajkot, people
You are
use it.
advised to use it wisely.
Wisely, will it be a good word for water?
Sir, people use it
Judiciously.
Judiciously. Yeah, that's the word I was
Sir, can we
waiting.
say people use it frugally?
Frugally. Frugal again, it's about kanjusai. Okay, so judiciously would sound better. So since there is a shortage of water in Rajkot, or since there is inadequate water supply in Rajkot, people use it judiciously. Okay, so judiciously is a very careful usage of something. Okay, so here you need to be very careful about the shades of meaning. Okay, frugally is one word, economically is one word, judiciously is one word. Now these three words are similar in meaning but cannot be used here. All the three words cannot be used here. So cautiously be again, see, there are many words you can use, but you need to be very careful in this context which word fits. અહીંયા કયો word બંધ બેસે છે. બરાબર છે? So this was a small exercise on this formal and informal English. So next time when you are using language somewhere, be it Gujarati, Hindi or English, keep in mind the context in which you are speaking, the people in front of you. आप कहाँ बोल रहे हो, किसके सामने बोल रहे हो, what is the situation, and accordingly use language. Okay, तो थोड़ा ध्यान में रखो. And I would say if you are able to use formal English, that will be your asset in your professional life. Let me tell you this is really very important. अगर आप अच्छी language use कर पाते हो, especially formal language, that would be your X factor in your professional life, in your job. I've seen so many employees who have good command over language. They are valued more than the others, especially your grip over formal language. So start working on it. I hope this concept is clear to you now, formal and informal English.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll take a break for 10 minutes here, and at 11:20 we will meet again and we'll take up the next topic from the syllabus. Okay, let me download the attendance and then you may leave. Acha, before you leave the class, please write present in the comment box and then leave the class. Write present in the comment box and then leave the class.